When a pattern repeats like a wave or a pavement, you'll find there's a gap from one beat to the next. You'll find yourself matching your steps to the gaps and ask where the wave went. 'Cause if you're in phase, then the gap-keeping beat between concrete and feet will not change. Every crest underfoot, every line holding distance, the crest of a wave holding high. If you're meeting its gaze, maintaining its place in your sky, flowing like traffic as each crest holds pace, locked in your face. Each synchronous step rearranges the tiles underfoot, and never a crack will you step on. Walk with me. And we walked. I found myself stepping to the pattern of a strange road, and I remembered what Ulf had told me, to find the maths in the patterns. The creature seemed less ominous, strolling along to its merry tune. I wondered, as we wended through the forest, by what chance he had come to my rescue. 'Cause if you're in phase, then the gap-keeping beat between concrete and feet will not change. After a time, I saw sluggish beasts resting in the shade of evergreen glades, their gentle bleating carried by the soft breeze. The faint scent of baking bread in the distance was growing stronger, and my stomach grumbled in response. We crested a hill as we exited the glade, and I spied a quaint wooden hut on a small rise a short way ahead. Every crest underfoot, every line holding distance, the crest of a wave holding high. If you're meeting its gaze, maintaining its place in your sky. As I watched, the hut seemed to freeze within my vision, even as the path continued underfoot. I felt the world drop away as the path descended, but the strangest sensation hit me. The rolling hills leading to the hut were shifting, like waves in the ocean, as if both the hut and us were locked apart in space, and the very ground was rising and falling between us, our path being carried by the undulations it rested on. Flowing like traffic as each crest holds pace, locked in your face. Worry gripped me with each insistent step, feeling no closer than the last. The steady drumming of my leather soles carried helplessly, as if by the turnings of a tide locked to some distant moon. Each synchronous step rearranges the tiles underfoot. I looked down to find the path shifting to match my steps. And never a crack will you step on. As the tune ambled to its end, the creature turned to me, face twisting in a startled grin. Had this sinuous shamble of fur and horns just noticed our strange situation? Suddenly, it launched itself at me, and I barely leapt away in time to avoid the snarling rush as it passed. I heard a slight crack as I landed, sprawled and panting on the path. The creature spun quickly at the noise, a panicked look gripping its now tight jaw. "You're on the cracks." "I didn't mean to. Why did you lunge at me?" I asked angrily. He held aloft a bird the size of a swan, but with human arms in place of wings. It carried a small notepad and pen, which it promptly dropped as it struggled against the creature's voluminous grasp. "There's no time to explain. You'll be caught by the sellies. I can't be seen here. Make it to the hut and tell my friend that Soka has to go and fill a Klein bottle." "Who's Soka? Who are the sellies? What's a Klein bottle? Where are you going?" I called out after the creature. But even as the words left my mouth, the world fell out under me. I landed heavily on the smooth concrete of the path as the landscape shifted rapidly to the form it had held as we crested that first hill. It sprung like the popping of a balloon to quickly settle into that familiar landscape. The hut, which had just moments ago felt eternally distant, now sat atop the very hill where I found myself. The driving beat, which had propelled me, quieting to the placid stillness of a nearby stream. I stood and dusted myself off, realizing I was alone once more, with no idea how to get home.